Welcome back to Open Minded. Today I'm joined with Jacob Sutcliffe, a good friend of mine from very young. Now, Jacob's ran a marathon and he ran it with me, the Shakespeare Marathon in April, and it was a tough one. But he also did triathlon after. So today we're going to unravel Jacob's mind for why he does this stuff. So to begin with, Jacob, with these two big events that you've done, not easy challenges, what is your motivation and why do you put yourself through it?
I think it's kind of why am I doing it? Because I was running them for like charities, for my uncle, for grandma. It's kind of like when I'm waking up to go on this 30k run to practice, stuff like that. Especially when I was running in Sheffield, it was really hilly. So I just woke up and didn't want to do it, but you kind of have that reason, I've got to do it because I'm doing it for them. So like halfway through a run, you want to stop. No one will know if you stop, but you're kind of doing it for them. So I feel like there's more of a reason to do it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, 100%, bro. It's like when I was doing the Loch Ness, we were doing it for Rafiki. It just gives you that purpose when you know why you're doing it. It's such an important thing. What do you say to yourself in those tough moments where you feel like you're close to stopping or giving up, so to speak? What do you say to yourself in those hard moments?
I guess it's like yourself versus yourself in a sense. Like, it's all about mindset, and like I just tell myself to not stop, and I don't want to be a failure because if I stop, I'm almost like failing myself, even though no one's going to know. In myself, I'll just feel bad the whole day. Like if I get home and I've only done, I say I want to do a 30k and I do like a 25k or 20k when I was doing a marathon, I'd feel so bad because number one, you feel like you're not on track, and number two, you've basically failed yourself because you said you were going to do something and you didn't. And for me, if I say I'm going to do something, I have to do it, if that makes sense.
So a bit more of a devil's advocate to that. Let's say you're in a position where maybe you're pushing yourself. Do you ever feel like you could push yourself too much to the point where that sort of telling yourself that you're going to be a failure if you don't do it? Do you ever feel like that could mount to a bit too much pressure to the point where you actually lose the enjoyment in it, or it actually becomes more of a chore? Have you ever found that? And if so, how have you dealt with that?
Kind of, yeah. So like for the triathlon and marathon, now I've done them, I've kind of had like a little halt. Like for like 2 weeks, I went on like at the weekend to the 5k, stuff like that. But I've kind of just stopped doing really long runs. Kind of not because I'm lazy, but because I just don't have the drive right now to do it, because I'm not doing it for something, which is why I obviously do it for charity, stuff like that, to give you that drive. And what I kind of do is just book myself into another like wild adventure if I want to do Tough Mud or anything like that. I book myself into another marathon, something like that, and I get myself back on it. That's what I did after the marathon. That's why I booked the triathlon, because I was like, I want to do something again kind of like that, which tested me mentally, but I didn't want to give up because I've just done that marathon, so I wanted to do something even harder. Does that make sense?
Well, you've done it again, because we're doing the Rowan and Half Marathon in September. We're raising money for a very good charity. I'll put the link below. It's for Owen, about open water education. They go into schools and they educate kids about open water, so go donate to that. But a massive thing with you, brother, and I know well because I've known you for pretty much our whole lives, is you've got this thing, and you may have already touched on it, where if you put your mind to something, you do it. And a lot of people tend to actually doubt that you can do it. You know, I would never have thought that you would have run a marathon, but you did it and you smashed it. Same with then doing the triathlon after. No one who ran that marathon did a triathlon after. Like you the only person who did that. So what do you really think it is that pushes you on? Because I know that with each one you had the charity in mind, but outside of that, it's still a natural driven thing you have within you. Why do you think you're so ambitious to do things that you put your mind to?
I think it comes down to start at school. I've got two brothers, and my twin was always much smarter than me, and I was much like, not as smart. I'm not saying I was dumb, but I wasn't as smart, so I didn't kind of get that validation of, oh, you did really well on your grades, stuff like that. I was always like the lower end of the grades. So with this, I feel like it's running. You've just got to get to the other side. It's not hard. It's not, anyone can actually do it. I think it's just mindset. You don't have to have like you don't even have to be good at running. You just have to be able to get there. So I feel like my mindset's good in that fact, and I get more validation because I can do it and my mindset's strong, whereas at school, you have to do all these grades, and if you don't do well in grades, you kind of don't get that validation. So I think it comes from that, not being good enough. So I want to be good enough now, kind of thing.
Nah, bro, that's gone.
I think that kind of stems from that, if that makes sense. And yeah, so that's why I do all this crazy stuff, because I want to show people that I can do it, because a lot of the time people doubt me and they say I can't do it, kind of thing. Like with the marathon, because I bulked up quite a lot for the gym, people didn't think I'd be able to do it because I could barely run a 5k. And then I did a half marathon one day with Aaron. He'll be on here next time, won't he? And he kind of pushed me to do a half marathon. I did it, and it was all just kind of down to my mindset. Even though I could never do a half marathon for that, I think the highest I went up to was like a 10k before that. And I just did it on one random day. Wasn't even an event, anything like that. So I think it all comes down to mindset as well. All about mindset.
Awesome, man. Nah, thank you for being open about that. Now, before we come to an end, is there anything else you'd like to discuss about the future in terms of what you see next with your exercise journey, or anything else you'd like to share with us today?
So I want to take it another step. So I want to do a 100k run. I kind of want to do loads of wild stuff, but I feel like you need to go in steps. So you can't just do a marathon and then do loads of other stuff. So I'm going to take it in steps. I want to do 100k, do that for charity as well. Then I also want to do the half Ironman. If you don't know what half Ironman is, it's basically the next level up from the Olympic one I just did. And then obviously there's an Ironman as well. I want to get those done within this year and next year. That's my aim. And now I've said it, I've got to do it. So yeah, that's what I want to do.
There you go, brother. Well, thank you for coming open-minded. It's been a pleasure, mate. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.